Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in this session where I'll be creating flashcards using the mind map we've just created for the Where Data is Stored chapter from the LPI Linux Essentials course. As always, if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and leave any comments in the comment section area. Any feedback is more than welcome. Okay, let's get started. So what you see on the screen now is the mind map that we've created for where data is stored with all its branches, and we'll be using all this information to create flashcards. And here what you see is the Anki app with some of the things that I'm already studying, and this chapter where data is stored is part of the Linux operating system. So what we'll do here is I'm just going to create a new deck, and we'll just to keep it in order, we'll just do 3 where data is stored. Click OK. I'm just going to drag this from here. Click inside and do add. Let's make this smaller. Okay, so as you can see in here, I have various ways of creating flashcards. Some of them require no answer to be typed, and some of them require the answer to be typed. I'll show you the difference more or less where the answer to be typed is if we are to type any commands, and the software, Anki software, will show us if the command is right or wrong. That's how I use like practice, typing the commands. And for like theory answers, I'm just going to be use the no type in the answer, or some closed questions. I'll show you what those are as well. So it doesn't really matter what we select now. We're just gonna have to shift between it depending on the content. Okay. So just gonna go in here. It doesn't really matter which way you do, which way you do the flashcards. Well, we're just gonna go through all of them in this session. So you can start from top, you can start from the left side, you can start from the right side. It doesn't really matter, just because we'll do them in a random order. We won't do them from flashcard 1 to flashcard 50. We're just gonna random them a bit. It helps a lot with the recall process, having them interleaved. So I'm just gonna start here from the top, and the way I do it, I just type an answer, a question, as best as possible, and trying to keep it as simple as possible as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna start typing. So I'm just thinking, if in Linux everything is a file, let's give a few examples that will these are questions for myself, so you can word them as differently as you want. So I'm just gonna say, like, I don't know, we have here like programs, regular files, directory. So yeah, we know about this, but then we can go to block devices, etc. Processes, sockets, quotations, links. What is the benefit of everything in Linux? So for example, in here, we can say, I want to type in this answer, just to make it a bit more fun. I assume, what are... just move this. What we could do is, instead of typing this, so we can save some time because we already typed it, we can go inside in here, do Control A, do this. Now this would be a bit tricky to remember them, but I think we have to remember them in all three, just to make a bit more sense of them. So yeah, I know some people say you need to keep it as simple as possible, divide them as simple as possible, but I think thinking of them like this will make a bit more sense for me. Look, if you want to do them differently, you can do them differently. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. It would be very helpful. This is just how I've got it. Between doing them, kind of tweaking my process over the last few years, but yeah, always room for improvement. Cool. Yeah, this would be a bit tricky. I'll try to see how I can word this. Zoom in a bit in here. Zoom into 1%. Application programs. Okay. Okay, now in Anki with some plugins, you will have this freeze rows option where next time after you click the add button, the question will stay there, because I want to use kind of like the same format but just change this, and we'll name all of them, and it will just save me some time. So what I can do in here, I can highlight it in yellow and make it bold so it stands out. So thinking of typical location for programs, what is stored inside the admin folder. So we'll just say in there was essential binaries for system admins. And then we can give a few examples. Parted, IP. Yeah, this will be a tricky one to remember, but yep. Probably see the pattern here. Okay, now we're gonna use a type and the answer question, and we're gonna see what are the locations used by regular users to store their own programs. Okay. Look, I know you're probably gonna say, "Oh, how am I gonna remember the answer to all these questions?" Just think about the way you probably study at the moment, where you look at the material and then you read it and read it and read it again. When you do these questions, just give it a go. Try to remember, try to remember that essential binaries are in there for system admins and then for all users, and then system admins and all users. I think you kind of understood the pattern where SBin is for admins and bin is for all the users. You don't have to get the flashcards right from the start. It's fine if it's just not gonna work from the start. If you don't remember the answer, just look at a question and considering as, oh, okay, I'm gonna consider it as a reading process. When you want to study and you just read again the material, consider it like that, but try to make any relations, any correlations with them, and then let's say, okay, I don't know the answer. Show it again in 45 minutes. You can do flashcards more than once a day. It's actually recommended to do more than once a day if you can. And you'll see the more you practice them, the more you will remember the answer, and the more you'll understand the answer. And then instead of you actually rereading the text material over and over and over again, you actually gonna try to answer the question without actually just reading it from the start, and that's what's gonna form the neural connections in your brain. It will strengthen them just because you will do the process of active recall. You will try to remember from your memory without actually looking at the material. I know it's more difficult and it's easier to reread the material, and rereading the material will give you a sense of, oh yeah, I knew this already, yeah, but not looking at the answer and just trying to retrieve the questions from memory, the answer from memory is so much better. I hope you'll give it a go and you'll just try. But look, you don't have to be perfect from the first time. You don't have to be perfect even from the 10th time. Take your time and you'll see this will do magic for you. You'll see. I can't recommend it enough. Okay, so in here I've put us type in the answer, so I will want to remember to type in the answer. Cool. And then yeah, okay. Let's type in the answer. And then most likely switch to this one. Sorry, I have a bit of water. Okay. don't need this anymore, so we need to untick this. Oh, Control C. Yeah, this will be fun. Well, we'll get there. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing a question that will ask, what are some patterns? And then just drill down into this pattern config file. Okay, what are the 5 main categories that divide patterns for config file names? Configuration, I suppose, configuration file names. And then we can have no. Okay, yeah. Ad hoc extension, no extension at all. Initialization file sending an RC. File sending and conf. Directories with a D suffix. Configuration files from home.files. Yep. Happy with this. But I have configuration files. Configuration files, yeah, file names, and this is how they're divided. Yep. So just say group. I just want examples, but if I put this in here, might be able to remember it a bit better. Yeah, this will be some tough flashcards. Might have to rethink them as I go along, but for now, I just say hosts, list of IP addresses and their host name installation. Yeah, some people complain, and they are very right to complain, that creating flashcards takes time, and it does take time. So that's why I want to do a big mind map and then just do the flashcards and then just crack on with it. It helps a lot if you if you make like a study plan and say, okay, in the next 2 weeks I'm only going to focus on chapter 4. Depending if you can dedicate full time of study to this, it will be more helpful. If you have work and other family commitments, I think you need to be a bit realistic, or if you find another way of studying faster, that'll be amazing. Please share it. Please share it here. But yeah, it just depends the pace and how much time you have to, to dedicate to your studies. To be honest with you, yeah. And how much you actually want to understand it, because yes, you can probably do a more rapidly, but now it just depends what you want to do with it. I would like to actually understand what I'm doing instead of just memorizing it. So I know it's going to take longer, but it will take more, and I want to do practice typing in my, the VM, try to play a bit with them, see what actions I can get from them, and not. I think, look, LPI Essentials. This are the bases, are your foundations for Linux. So without learning the foundations or something, you're only always gonna have problems. Could be. So that's why I dedicate so much time to the fundamentals. You need to get the fundamentals right. I don't think there's another way. The fundamentals just have to be right. Yeah. Okay, we can actually make this as well. So yeah. We can even make some more flashcards over all of this. Yeah. Ooh. Let's go back in here. What I want to do, I want to take this because I want to use the same pattern. I want to enable this, and now we'll say and then we'll say bash rc. I'm using shortcuts on my keyboard for this. That's why I can do it a bit faster. Okay, I'm gonna change a bit of question here. Just the role of these directories. Then what I tend to do is, yeah, I put the examples here. Just make a bit more visual. Yeah, and then I'll just put it. Okay. Where does the name of dot file come from? Yeah, the dot indicates the hidden file. So if you want to see hidden files in Linux, you will run a ls la. A will show you all the hidden files. I'll make it a type mode. And we're just gonna type some. No. Okay. Like I said, when I was doing this mind map, I saw, okay, this would be this would be a messy one. The flashcards would be messy. Like I said, if you know a better way of doing this, feel free to jump on. Have a go at me, shout at me, but please show me how to do this better if you have a better idea. Okay, let's see what's on the other side. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nice. We are half an hour into this video. I will probably stop here and record another session for this bit in here for sure. Yeah, the only reason I'm saying this is just like if you create way too many flashcards. So at the moment we have done 26 flashcards, so it's not a lot. It's just doable. The next day or the next time you practice, you'll have all those 26 cards plus the cards that you have to do for today. So today, for example, I have 86 cards that I need to do with this 26. If you put loads of new flashcards in there, depending on your time, you might have time. You might not have enough time to go through them, and then they will keep on building up and building up and piling up. So what I tend to do, especially with big mind maps like this, they are a bit complicated. Do like 20, 30 of them. In this case, with 26, then study them. Then do the other part and study those as well. So you already go through some of the new flashcards. You don't have to go for a big bulk like 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 at a time, especially with like complicated flashcards like this. So yeah, this will be one of my recommendations. Try to do it like this, unless like I said, you have full time available for studies, and that will make life so much easier for you. For example, I'm working, so that it's not possible except weekends, but then you can have family commitment in there. So yeah, you do you and do what's best for you. Yes, I will stop the video here, and then I will probably record the session where I'll do the flashcards, the 86 that I have today, a bit later, and then continue tomorrow building flashcards for this section. I'll try to do it in one go. It will probably work in one go. I know they look like bigger than this side, but there are quite a few commands in here, a few print screens that make stuff bigger. A few examples. Yeah, I think this is one of the toughest chapters that I have until now into the LPI Linux Essentials for like information wise and all the different paths in files and everything we will have to remember. But it is doable. Everything is doable if you have patience and practice and have a go at it. Everything is doable. Thank you so much everyone for for joining this session. IT Fellow here saying bye bye. See you on our next video. Thank you so much.